Hi everyone, the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view on XRP are highest to take out the all-time high, and in this video I will show you two scenarios that will do so. Starting with what you see here on my chart, which is a finished three-wave corrective structure to the downside, a WXY double zigzag, after which we look for a wave 1, 2 and continuation to the upside. Now, as the move to the upside coming off the low at 2.72 is quite clearly a three-wave structure, the probabilities for bulls would be on the side of a leading diagonal, where this is a wave 1, you look to finish 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once these 5 waves are finished, you finish a larger wave 1, look for a three-wave corrective structure in 2, and then continuation to the upside. If I open my horizontal levels, you can see how I have designed these lines here on my chart around the areas of support and resistance. Currently, price is finding support on the range point of control of this area over here. If it goes to the downside a bit more, we still have more support here at 2.949. As we are looking for a move to the upside and then wave 3, an interesting target can be a 3.44 where we have a little bit of resistance. Wave 4 can then retrace next week into the new weekly point of control that I expect is somewhere over here around 3.25. And then the last leg up being wave 5 can find resistance at this red line, which is the point of control of this range here at 3.55. As that is the end of wave 1, we would look for a wave 2 to the downside. And how nice would it be for wave 2 to find support on the range point of control of this whole range at around 3.14. After wave 2, we then look for continuation to the upside. Now, the second scenario that I like to show you is a flat structure, preferably a running flat, where we have our finished corrective structure to the downside. It's the same structure, a WXY, that is our wave A. We're looking for a wave B to the upside, which then has to take out the all-time high, because in a running flat, where wave C is not taking out the low of wave A, you need wave B to take out the origin of A, which is the all-time high. So wave B takes out the all-time high, and then wave C moves to the downside, back into the range, finds support, and we look for continuation to the upside. Now, in this particular scenario, the move to the upside here coming off the low at 2.72 is counted as a wave W. We have a zigzag. That's our W. We look to have our wave X finished and then continue towards the upside in a wave Y. Now, preferably your wave X is not going to move to the downside and touch the 0.7 Fibonacci taken from the start to the end of W at 2.92, as that would lower the probabilities for a double zigzag to the upside. In this scenario, we are then looking for wave Y. So we want to see a 5-wave move up, 3-wave down, 5-wave move up, take out the all-time high, and wave C should be a 5-wave structure to the downside. If I then open my horizontal levels once again, and feel free to copy these on your chart, of course, then over here, you can see that the 0.7 Fibonacci is sitting just below the current support, range point of control of this range, as well as the extra bit of support we have just below price here at 2.94. So that is good. You preferably don't want to see it touched, of course. As we are then looking for a move to the upside, it would be nice for wave A to end somewhere around 3.44 or maybe even higher at 3.55. And it would be good for wave B to then move to the downside into the new weekly point of control that is going to be created, probably somewhere, as mentioned, around like 3.25, 3.28. And then we're looking for another 5-wave move to the upside in wave C, takes out the all-time high, creates a fake out, pretty similar compared to what we have on Bitcoin at the moment. And then we look for that wave C to the downside, which preferably is a fast move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks scary, but it isn't. Find support on the range point of control of this whole bit here, and then we look for price to continue its way to the upside. And then we get to the probabilities, which I guess is quite clear. The probabilities are highest for the bulls, right? Probabilities are highest to look for that all-time high. It's a little bit early to really determine the probabilities between a WXY and a bigger flat here or a diagonal. We really need a little bit more information, but generally a diagonal only really starts to get the highest probabilities once you are basically ending wave 4. So as we are only having a 1, a 2, we still need a 3 and a 4. Arguably, one would say that at this moment in time, the probabilities for a flat would be a bit higher. But as we get more information, and if price is going to reject and then move to the downside here, and this is a three-wave structure to the upside, right? Three-wave move up, and then we get a three-wave move down. The diagonal is going to increase in probability. So for the diagonal, we need a three-wave move to the upside, while for a flat, we want a five-wave move up, right? Because wave A should be a five-wave structure. That's a big difference, but we don't yet have the information, so we got to wait and see. I hope that this video was helpful or valuable to you. On the left, you see an analysis on Cardano, and on the right is the altcoin analysis playlist, where you can find many more altcoin videos. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye-bye.